D2 Word Life here with Riptidz and I Tides. No response to that,
How the
huh?
fuck does that even equate to this?
I don't know, because I couldn't think of anything witty for your name at this point. And besides, I'm not the one who ran into a sign on Fortnite a couple weeks ago. What? What?
It came out of nowhere.
It was there the whole time. People can see that in my video. But anyway, even though that has nothing to do with this review, either way, it's still funny. Today's review is No Way Out 2009, which was my pick for this week. And I shudder to think what your pick next week will be. We'll come back to that later. And he's already given that evil laugh, right?
Oh, yes.
And this event took place on February 15th, 2009 in Seattle, Washington at the Key Arena with an attendance of 11,200. And the commentators for this event was your boy Michael Cole, Jerry Lawler, Jim Ross, Taz, Todd Grisham, and your boy Matt Stryker.
Fuck no.
I mean, hell, you still can't get over Matt Stryker's freaking wrestling or ring attire from the December to December review. You know, the one where he had his face on his ass. Yes.
Yeah, he wanted to kiss his own ass.
We all know Matt Stryker was your boy too back then.
No. Matt Stryker, the only time Matt Stryker was even any good was when he quit wrestling. It was announced. It was a freaking backstage segment, dude.
And then became a commentator for the ill-fated WWE CW, which he was at this point. Right?
Yes.
And of course, the ring announcers were Lillian Garcia, Justin Roberts, and Tony Schimmel. Oh yeah, an honorary mention goes to the dark match of the pre-show match before this event went on pay-per-view. And that was Melina defeating Beth Phoenix to retain the women's championship. Wow. It's like, wow, can you imagine if they did the women's match on the pre-show today right now? In this current day and age, the fans would be ticked off about that. Right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that shows the state of women's wrestling from back then. Yeah, and we see the opening video package focusing on the Elimination Chamber match, plus the hype for the No Holds Barred match later on in the show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we get to the opening pyro. Got introduced to the event by the commentators talking about the matches, hyping up the show, whatever, like usual, same song and dance, right?
Yeah.
And then we get to the first match of the evening here at this show, which was the Elimination Chamber for the WWE Championship. And it was Edge defending the WWE Championship against Jeff Hardy, Triple H, The Undertaker, Big Show, and your boy Vladimir Kozlov. We all know back then you wanted to see Kozlov be WWE Champion.
Well, then they freaking hyped him up so much, and then they only gave him a run as Intercontinental and U.S. title, and then they teamed him up with Santino.
Is it bad I forgot about the whole dominance of freaking Vladimir Kozlov at this time? Because when I think of him, I just think of his tag team with Santino before he quit the business completely.
Yeah, because they kind of gave him a lackluster run. They only gave him one run for and ECW champion. He won that. They only gave him one run for the WWE championship, and it.
I don't know. Maybe it was I don't remember too many title runs for Vladimir Kozlov. I could give a crap less. I'm not saying you're lying or not. I'm not saying you're misremembering or not, but I don't care about Vladimir Kozlov. Put it like that, right?
Well, the only titles that I know that he's won was Intercontinental, U.S., and ECW heavyweight title and tag team title. He's only won 4.
Like
And
I remember his tag title reign was saying, you know, and let's face it, that team was a comedy act, right?
yes,
The other ones, I don't know if he actually held them or he challenged for them. I don't care either way. I'm not a Vladimir Kozlov fan.
well, his tag team with William Regal, he actually won tag team gold with that.
Possibly, I don't. I just don't remember. I just remember freaking he. The only things I remember about Vladimir Kozlov's career in WWE, one, he had that big win against The Undertaker on SmackDown, which shocked everyone. And two, his tag team with Santino, that's it. But apparently, around this time, they were penciling in Vladimir Kozlov to be The Undertaker's WrestleMania opponent at WrestleMania 25. Thank God that didn't happen. If what is said to be believed. Right?
Yep.
Thank God that didn't happen. We got that 5-star classic with Michaels instead, but Whittaker and Michaels instead. But anyway, Edge came into this event as WWE champion. Now remember that. Edge and Jeff Hardy were the first 2 entrants into the chamber match.
And 3 minutes in, fucking Edge gets pinned when he went for a spear.
Yeah, Edge was holding his own for the first 3 minutes against Hardy. Of course, Hardy freaking held his own as well. And about 3 minutes into the match, Edge freaking lined up Jeff Hardy for a spear, which Hardy reversed into the most devastating maneuver in all of sports entertainment, the freaking surprise roll-up. And Edge got pinned for a 3 count.
Yeah.
Thus guaranteeing a new WWE champion would be crowned here, right?
Yep.
Surprise roll-up or a small package, same thing. And that was a big shocker because nobody expected Edge to lose this quick. Everyone thought, at least if Edge was going to lose, everyone thought he was going to be like one of the last 2 in there. But no, that didn't happen. Right?
Yep.
And Edge was like looking all shocked, like, did that just happen? And then you got the other competitor, specifically Big Show, just sitting there in his chamber pod just laughing right at Edge.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, Jesus. Right?
Well, Big Show and Taker were both like, because Taker was kind of chuckling to himself in
his chamber.
In his pod. Big Show just outright fucking just laughed at him because Edge was like, oh, I'm not going to lose. I'm going to make it all the way to the end. Nope.
Exactly. And of course, number 3 then came out after the 5-minute interval was done, which was your boy Vladimir Kozlov. And Vladimir Kozlov just dominating Hardy at the start when he came in. Of course, Jeff Hardy fought back. I think Hardy nailed a whisper in the win from the top rope near the end of the 5-minute interval. Then number 4 came in, which was the Big Show. And at this point, the excitement for the match kind of slowed down because if I had to put it like this is the best way I can put it like this. Big Show and Kozlov basically had a dick measuring contest. Not literally, figuratively, because, they kept dominating Jeff Hardy one after another. Being like, oh, you can do that to Jeff Hardy? Here's what I'm going to do to Jeff Hardy. It was like back and forth. Basically, it was Kozlov and Big Show bullying Hardy, and every time Hardy tried to get some offense in, he would just be stopped. Immediately, within this 5-minute period. Right?
And then freaking Kozlov would attack Big Show from the behind with his freaking, as they call it, the battering ram head.
But and then Triple H came in at number 5.
And fucking Big Show just turns out like, really, motherfucker?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, but then number 5 came in, Triple H came in, started cleaning house on everyone. And then, of course, after some action there, the last entrance was obviously The Undertaker. The Undertaker came in like a freaking house of fire in this matchup. Right?
Dude, he was shadowboxing inside the fucking pod.
Yeah, the next elimination would come shortly after Taker got in the match. Taker performed the last ride on Kozlov and eliminated him, right? Which I know that disappointed you because you wanted Kozlov to be the champion, right?
Mm,
Yeah, and then
not really.
yeah, and then freaking Taker and Big Show were fighting each other later on in the matchup. Freaking yeah, it's like Big Show was trying to take on everybody. Big Show was up on the top turnbuckle. Then the Undertaker freaking bowed Big Show back, suplexed him off of the top turnbuckle.
Hardy hit him with the swanton.
Yeah, actually no. Triple H pedigreed him. Then Jeff Hardy hit him with a swanton off the top of the pod and then Triple H pinned Big Show to eliminate him after that assault. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then later on, Triple H and Jeff Hardy were fighting each other on the outside of the ring area, right near where the entrance of the chamber is on that side, right, entrance side, right.
Yep.
And then Jeff Hardy managed to get Triple H down, I believe. What was it, a twist of fate out there, onto the steel grate or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But either way, freaking Undertaker just scooped Jeff Hardy up, got him back into the ring, and nailed the tombstone on Jeff Hardy to eliminate him. So we were down to 2 at this point, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we had a little mini match between Triple H and The Undertaker. Triple H did at one point. Undertaker, they were battling on the outside of the ring area. It's like Triple H scooped, or Undertaker scooped Triple H up for a tombstone. Triple H reversed it back into the ring, and Undertaker reversed it. I thought it was a reverse on a reverse.
That was the fucking highlight of the damn match because no one fucking thought that, oh, yeah, I'm gonna freaking tombstone. Taker's like, oh, yeah, I'm gonna tombstone. No, Triple's like, nope, I'm gonna tombstone. He's like, nope, I'm gonna tombstone you.
Yep, it was a reverse on top of a reverse, right? Either way, Undertaker performed the tombstone onto Triple H. You think that's going to be it, but nah, Triple H got his foot on the bottom rope to avoid the count of 3 by the skin of his teeth, right?
Well, technically, he put it on at 3, but the referee, right when the referee going to call for the bell, he freaking finally saw it.
Yeah. But then Triple H then was able to battle back, nailing a pedigree on Taker for a freaking 2 count as well. So I'm like, okay, this one's back and forth. This was a little like, I guess if you want to call it, this was like a little prelude to their WrestleMania matches they would have a few years later. Right?
Huh?
A little mini match here. But then The Undertaker then battled back.
Which would conclude at their greatest WrestleMania match ever.
Are you talking about the Hell in a Cell match those two had? Yeah.
Yeah. When they were throwing everything, even Shawn Michaels at each other.
Yeah. But anyway, Taker was able to get a little bit of an advantage over Triple H. Undertaker then tried to perform the last ride onto Triple H. Triple H freaking reversed it, nailed a second pedigree to Taker, and got the 3 count. And Triple H won his 13th championship at this point. 13th world title at the end of this one. So yeah, your thoughts on Triple H winning the WWE Championship here?
It was good.
That match was okay. The sudden elimination of Edge, that was a shocker. That was the main shocker of this matchup. No one thought that was going to happen, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, Edge became the quickest person to lose their world title in the Elimination Chamber, unfortunately, right?
Yep.
So yeah, Edge walked in as WWE Champion and lost immediately. Keep that in mind for later. Because this ain't going to be the last we see of Edge.
Well, then we go to a backstage segment where Edge is complaining to Vicky, saying, oh, you can restart the match. You have the power to restart the match.
And Vicky was like, no.
Like, this is your fault, not mine.
This is your fault. This is your fault. You losing was your fault. You caused it. And that's when we probably seen Edge that was thinking about something like, what should I do here? Well, what did you do about it here? Well, we'll know what he did about it later. Of course, then we seen a video hype package for the next match, which was the no holds barred match between Randy Orton and Shane McMahon. Right?
Yep.
And of course, the build up to this one was Orton was attacked Vince McMahon. Freaking, we won the Royal Rumble match, the 2009 Royal Rumble match. And then he got into this feud with Shane McMahon after Stephanie was like, nope, firing you'd be too easy. We're going to punish you for this shit. Right?
He got into a feud with Mr. McMahon because he did something to him. He was about to be fired.
Yep.
And then he freaking got pissed and then came up with a fucking mental disease that he's implosive something. Whatever,
right.
like, I'm not in charge of what I've done.
Yeah, this is a real mental disease that some people have where if they snap, they go into a blind rage and just all hell breaks loose. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
That is a real thing. That's nothing to be made fun of, but for the purpose of this storyline, that's what they used, right?
Yes.
And on I believe it was the Raw before this event where it looked like Randy attacked freaking Shane McMahon backstage. Stephanie was down there. Stephanie was down out.
It was 2 weeks prior to this, because the week before that was when Shane McMahon came out on Raw and was beating the living fuck out of Randy.
Mm-hmm. And you know the backstage segment I'm thinking of when it looked like Randy Orton was gonna punt kick Stephanie McMahon's head off.
Yeah, that
only
was
for Shane to interfere and stop it by taking it himself.
That was the week prior to this event. That when they announced the no holds barred match, Randy and Shane.
Yep.
And Stephanie was saying, "Are you sure you want to make this a no holds barred match?" And at that point is when Legacy attacked, which they shouldn't have freaking done what they did, because then after this event they got Triple H on them.
Yeah, obviously, and sorry, even back then with Triple H winning the WWE Championship in the opening contest, along with, and if you mix it with Orton's ongoing story with the McMahons, you knew exactly what was the next feud Orton was going to have at this time. It was clear as day. Right?
Yes.
Following this pay-per-view, but
because literally the week after this event was when Randy freaking handcuffed Stephanie.
No, he handcuffed freaking Triple H to the rope, I believe, the next night on Raw after this, and knocked out freaking Stephanie with a DDT, planting a kiss on Stephanie right in front of Triple H, thus causing this shit.
Yes.
Causing the feud between the two. Obviously, we all knew that where it was going at that point. Which, unfortunately, the WrestleMania match sucked. Which we already reviewed it for at a WrestleMania 25 review last year. So there you go, right? But anyway.
Yeah, but we have a Backlash review for it, though.
Yeah, we did the Backlash review. I believe we did the Backlash review first. We did the Backlash Online review. I remember that one. And you can look
at McMahon and Triple H. Well, it was Batista, Shane, and...
It was Batista, Shane, and Triple H taking on the Legacy for the title on the line. I remember reviewing that one. That one also had that last man signing with Cena and Edge.
Yeah.
That we watched and reviewed. God damn. It's like, this is just us revisiting the storylines from earlier before we reviewed them, the later ones. Jesus. Right?
Yes.
At this point. But anyway, Shane McMahon, Randy Orton and Shane McMahon made their freaking entrances, and right away it was just non-stop brawling from Shane trying to get at Orton.
Well, when Orton fucking came out, he freaking told Legacy to stay behind, so he would be only a 1v1. And then right when Shane came out, right when his music, he fucking ran sprinting down the fucking rampway and fucking started to attack Randy. He didn't give a fuck.
It's like Shane Man used a trash can, kendo sticks on Orton here. The turnbuckle was once exposed, which Orton used. Yeah, even the freaking turnbuckle was exposed that Orton used against Shane McMahon, but Shane didn't really care. And of course, outside the ring, and here's the moment of the match that got me like, oh god, was when they were on the outside of the ring, Shane McMahon took a freaking TV monitor from the announcer's desk, nailed Orton in the head so hard with it that Orton started bleeding hard way.
Well, also, he fucking got knocked the fuck out.
And you gotta realize that this time, too, WWE was all PG. We can't have blood. Orton was busted the hard way, and they didn't do anything about it. They didn't cover it up. They didn't try to stop the bleeding. They didn't do shit. Right?
Well, also, Orton was knocked the fuck out, too, the hard way, because they weren't supposed to really connect like that. And then right when, because Shane's like, fuck this. Wham!
I mean, if you get hit in the head hard enough with like one of those like small TV monitors like they did in like a corner of a freaking hit your damn head, you'd probably be pierced open too. Obviously.
Yes, but he wasn't supposed to be knocked the fuck out like he was. Is what I'm saying.
That's why
he was literally knocked the fuck out, laid out across the fucking announcer table, just not even moving.
Yeah, then that's when Cody Rhodes and Ted DiBiase interfered, preventing Shane from jumping onto Orton on the table to buy Orton time to recover.
Yes.
And of course, eventually freaking Shane fought off both of them, including giving Cody Rhodes a coast to coast with a trash can, right?
Yes. So he indented Cody Rhodes with Dominic Mysterio.
Yes, I see what you did there. And then Shane went up to the top rope. Looked like he was gonna, Shane freaking was attempting to jump on Orton and put Orton through the announce table, but Orton got out of the way, and Shane McMahon went crashing to the announce table. Because this wouldn't be a WWE pay-per-view show without a freaking announcer's table destroyed. Am I right?
Yeah.
So Orton all busted up, bloody, got in the ring, freaking told freaking DiBiase Jr., get Cody Rhodes out of here, get him out, whatever. Right?
Yep.
Yeah, and then later on in the matchup, Orton was able to perform a suplex on Shane through a freaking regular table for a 2 count. And of course, Shane McMahon fought back, got a busted up Orton down. And then Shane McMahon was like, you know what? I'm going to put an end to Orton with his own maneuver. I'm going to punt Orton straight in the head, right? And as soon as freaking Shane McMahon started running from the corner, what did Shane McMahon get instead? He got an RKO out of nowhere. And Orton got the 3 count in the victory here after a freaking match that was a lot better than it should have been. Your thoughts on this one?
It was good. Well, Shane tried to hit Orton with his own move, which kind of backfired.
Yep. For Shane McMahon's sake, freaking, he's lucky that Randy Orton didn't pull out a car battery.
Well, yeah.
Because then Shane would be having flashbacks and be like, nope, not doing that.
Well, at least he didn't pull out jumper cables and a car battery.
Shane be like, no, I'm not doing that again. Fuck that, right? But anyway, I thought this match was decent. It was better than it had any right to be, but
which is so funny is that we both put that in our Cards Against Humanity game for the title that we made, and I fucking won it with that.
God damn it. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, thanks to our one friend. He was like, I'm just going to randomly pick. I didn't record that. We're just talking. It's an inside freaking joke, right?
Yeah.
Or it's an inside thing. I didn't record it yet. Speaking of cards online, I still need to put up my old footage. Damn. I've been slacking. I've been sitting on that for the last several months. In the future, in the near future, I'll be starting to upload more cards online freaking content. But until then, we got this next match to talk about, which was for the East WWE ECW Championship. You know, the one that everyone hated to see. Right?
Because basically it was essentially the WCW title belt.
Had the value of it at this point because Vince didn't care about ECW anymore at this point. And Vince McMahon was one booking this shit, right?
Yes.
And it was your boy, Jackoff Swagger, defending the ECW Championship against Finlay.
No, it was your boy, Jackoff Swagger, because you liked him and Michael Cole.
No. Oh yeah, and by the way, just like, yeah, apologies for that one, YouTube. I just couldn't resist. Swagger was defending the ECW Championship against Finlay here. And I hate to say this about a Finlay match. He is a veteran of the wrestling business at this point, but I was freaking dozing off in this match. I really wasn't into it. Right?
It wasn't his best match.
And how come Finlay hasn't been inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame yet? I have no idea. Right?
Yeah, well, his two sons are. One of his sons apparently is in the WWE right now. And the other one is coming from New Japan.
And his other son and his third son made a freaking great career from it for himself. Obviously, his name's Hornswoggle. They were still playing to that storyline as well.
Yes.
Yeah, Hornswoggle was at ringside throughout this match. Even though he started underneath the ring, he came out like halfway through. And what got me is every time Finlay was on offense, freaking Hornswoggle would always jump up on the apron, distracting the ref or distracting Finlay himself. I'm like, what are you doing? Right?
Yep.
But either way, after Hornswoggle's second freaking distraction on Finlay throughout this like boring match, it was just filled with rest holds and some power moves from Finlay, giving him credit, but I just wasn't into it. Freaking Swagger was able to hit the gut-wrench powerbomb onto Finlay to pin him to retain the championship. Your thoughts on this one?
Wasn't, like I said, it wasn't his best match. He had better on Raw and SmackDown than he ever did in ECW.
Oh my god.
Because they never really utilized his strength in ECW like they should have.
Oh my god, I can hear it now out there. Jesus. I'll explain later. Anyway, since I'm recording this. I'll explain later what I just heard out there. Anyway, my thoughts on this matchup, with Swagger defeating Finlay there. I wasn't into the match. I'm sorry. I was falling asleep. I couldn't even tell you what the spots were. Right? Because it was just boring to me. It just didn't feel like a pay-per-view quality match. They could have just done it on ECW. Right? And no one would care. That's how I feel. Right? And of course, the next match on this one was all or nothing match between Shawn Michaels and JBL, with the stipulation being if Shawn Michaels won, then he would get paid back. He would get paid back everything that JBL owes him. If JBL would have won, then he basically would have owned the rights to the Shawn Michaels name. Basically.
Oh, Shawn Michaels for eternity.
Exactly. So yeah, this match was. Mike was like, yeah, before both men made their entrances, it showed Michaels praying in the back after we seen the hype video between these two. right?
Yeah.
And the fans were really behind Michaels' side, were on Michaels' side here. Obviously, JBL was the most hated villain here. In this one, freaking Shawn Michaels' wife Rebecca was at ringside watching the match, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and every time, but during the matchup itself, every time Michaels would go on offense, JBL would, typically JBL would shut him down, power moves, freaking rest holds, all that stuff. Rest holds as in, bear hugs. I think I seen a chin lock at one point, right?
Yeah.
While JBL was just sitting there mocking Shawn Michaels. At one point, Michaels got hit with a clothesline from hell, near fall. That was close, right? From what I remember. I'm like, that could have ended the match right then and there. Eventually, at the end of the match came after Michael was getting beaten on, dominated. The end of the match came with the end of the match. The end of this match came with on the outside. JBL was mocking freaking Michaels in front of his wife at ringside, like I mentioned
Just
earlier.
fucking slapped him across the damn face.
Yeah, Rebecca came up, freaking slapped freaking JBL across the face. Everyone was going nuts for that, right?
She told her husband, "Do what you have to do. Beat his ass."
And then back in the ring, Michaels just went ape shit. Just beating down freaking JBL. Slams, clotheslines, forearms. Michaels went up to the top rope, nailed his freaking signature elbow drop from the top rope through JBL's black heart. That's what they said on commentary. Yeah, then Michaels went for a sweet chin music, but JBL ducked it. I believe JBL tried to go for another clothesline. Michaels freaking reversed that. And Michaels eventually nailed sweet chin music on JBL anyway. And got the 3 count, I believe. Right.
Yeah.
And after the match, Michaels celebrated with his wife on the entrance on the entrance ramp. Your thoughts on this one, right?
Yeah, but this would also be the last time we see Michaels for I think a year and a half.
Actually, no. Michaels wrestled Taker the following month at WrestleMania, and it was after that Michaels took a little sabbatical before returning at SummerSlam, doing his DX reunion, and then Michaels' final match would be the following year against Taker at Mania again. And he never wrestled again. Saudi Arabia, what? I don't remember that event.
He did wrestle again as Bald Michaels.
No. That wasn't Shawn Michaels. That was John Michaels, his twin brother.
No.
Because I don't know what match you were watching. I wasn't watching that. It was a Shawn Michaels impersonator who didn't even have the skill.
Uh-huh.
To me, Michaels' last match was always WrestleMania 26. I don't give a crap what they say.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, I didn't freaking go into very much detail on the JBL Michaels match, but your thoughts on it as a match from start to finish?
It was good.
Did they have better matches? Yes, but did Michaels winning actually make sense and was very predictable going into it? Yes. Right?
Well, he was also pissed because he fucking he literally told everyone, "Oh, I'll never lay down for another man." Yet he fucking laid down for JBL. Well, technically he did. He just let him hit the clothesline from hell.
During that number 1 contenders match for the world title, which JBL lost at the Rumble, by the way, despite Michaels practically handing him a win, but it didn't happen. But we'll review that when we review. We'll talk about that more in detail when we review the 2009 Royal Rumble event, which we still have yet to do. I'm just surprised I didn't think of that at all during last month when we were reviewing classic Royal Rumble events. Right? Yeah, but either way, I thought the match was okay.
You wanted to do your greatest Royal Rumble.
Yeah, that was a great show. And you know what the best part about that was? There was no bald Michaels in the match. So yeah, no. So yeah, no. His last match was WrestleMania 26. I don't care what you say.
Uh huh.
So from there we go on to the main event for the World Heavyweight Championship. Now this match was World Champion John Cena defending against Rey Mysterio, Chris Jericho, Mike Knox, Kane, and Kofi Kingston. But here's the thing, though. During Kofi Kingston's entrance, what happened, buddy?
Fucking Edge came out and fucking beat the shit out. Then he did a stair chair toe.
Yeah, basically.
By what I mean by that is he literally laid Kofi Kingston's head on the step and fucking hit him with a chair.
Yes. And then what did Edge do? He freaking ran into the freaking pod and held himself in there.
He freaking went into the chamber, ran into the pod, and fucking barricaded himself in there.
Basically saying, yep, I'm taking Kofi's place. Right?
Yes.
And then Rey Mysterio came out. Rey Mysterio then came out, who was also part of the match, like I mentioned. Freaking, he was telling, it's like Kofi, we need to get some help out here. Then he tried to attack Edge in the freaking pod, but Edge held the door shut. He's like, nope. Right?
Yes. Because he knew fucking Ray was pissed.
It's like, yeah, and then Rey Mysterio had to start the match off with Chris Jericho, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, and the official was like, fuck it, let's just lock Edge in the chamber. He's part of the match now. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then after about 5 minutes of back and forth between Jericho and Mysterio, which, let's face it, those two could never have a bad match against each other. Surprisingly, am I right? Actually, no, not surprisingly. Then at number 3, Kane came in. And he was dominating freaking Jericho and Mysterio for a good minute until freaking eventually.
And this brings me back to what I said at the beginning is that these 3 competitors right now, but there'll be 4, were in the match longer than Edge was.
Yes. It's like Kane was dominating Jericho and Mysterio until Jericho and Mysterio fought back. Eventually, Kane was eliminated after Mysterio nailed a diving seated senton off the top of the chamber pot onto Kane. I think Kane was nailed with a code breaker before that, too.
Well, he hit him with the code breaker. Then he went and was attacking Ray. We did a monkey flip on Slingshot onto Ray to hit him into the chain. But Ray climbed the chain, went to the
top of the pod.
Went to the top of the pod and did a seated senton, which had more momentum and the weight of Ray coming down onto Kane, which he couldn't kick out.
Yeah, and then Kane freaking then Kane got eliminated by Mysterio. Then Mike Knox came in, and I guess the story from Mike Knox here is that, oh yeah, he just likes hurting people. He doesn't know why. He goes, yeah, I have no problem against them. I just like hurting them. That was his gimmick at this point. I'm just like, why does that sound like someone very specific that I know? I mean, come on. I know for a fact you have nothing against me. You just like torturing me with these crappy events. Call you the Mike Knox of this freaking crew. Like, I have nothing against you. I just like to mentally torture you with crappy shit. But all joking aside, it's like Mike Knox was dominating a bit, but eventually he got eliminated by Jericho following a code breaker, right?
Which was freaking amazing though, because fucking Mike Knox literally freaking tied Ray up in the freaking chain link and just started going to town.
Yeah, that looked pretty scary. I forgot all about that one, but I remember how he was eliminated.
All you see is fucking Ray dangling like a fucking pinata. And Mike Dawson is just beating the shit up. Then lifts him up. He's like, no more. What?
Yep. But either way, next
Just
after
imagine getting hung up like that by your boot in the freaking chain link, and then just getting fucking knees to your chest, and then you're like, okay, he's done. He just picks your ass up and then swings your ass down to the freaking
chain link wall. Yeah.
chain link at full force.
Yeah, that looked devastating. But either way, shortly after that, like I mentioned, Jericho eliminated him with a code breaker. But then Edge came in at number 5, freaking. So Edge became the first person in history to compete in 2 chamber matches on the same night, right? With this. And of course, freaking Rey Mysterio he went after Mysterio, and Edge went after Jericho as well in this one. And after a bit of fighting here, Cena came in at number 6, right? Cena
Edge
went right after Edge.
This was funny as fuck because this is where the other meme came in from this event too.
How'd Cena get eliminated after?
Cena was standing in the pot, and then he just knocks on it like a fucking door, like, "Hey, Edge!"
Like a raging bull being released, right?
Yeah, he's like, and Edge is like,
He was like, "Oh shit!" Right?
But
So,
because this is where you're gonna see Edge versus Cena. This is where I have flashbacks of freaking cashing in his fucking
Money in the Bank.
Money in the Bank on Cena. Cena's like, revenge, motherfucker, revenge.
So Cena went after Edge. Freaking was beaten down on Edge for a good minute. Cena then, I believe, he attempted to perform an attitude adjustment or FU onto Edge, but then Jericho intervened, nailed Cena with a code breaker.
Jericho hit him with the walls of Jericho, and Ray hit him with the 619, and Edge hit him with a spear.
No,
so it took 3 finishers just to stop Cena.
Well, Jericho nailed the code breaker, 619, and a spear from Edge, and Edge pinned Cena.
Yes.
Eliminating him, and everyone was like in shock, especially Edge. That's where the whole Edge freaking shock face meme came from, by the way. Right? That's made its round throughout the last several years. Which meant we were guaranteed to have a new world champion, just like how we were guaranteed to have a new W champion in the first chamber match on this show. Right?
Yep.
And, so yeah, from there it was. Yeah, from there it was. From there, I think we were down to like 3.
Ray and Edge.
We were down to Ray, Edge, and Jericho. Of course, Jericho put up a valiant fight, but Jericho was eliminated. Yeah, Jericho was eliminated by Mysterio after Mysterio countered a Walls of Jericho attempt into a freaking double leg cradle pin. Right?
Yeah.
So Jericho was out, so it was just Edge and Mysterio left. And this one could have gone either way, right?
Yeah.
And Mysterio put up a valiant fight against Edge, especially on the outside, on the outside of the rings, on the ringside area, right, of the chamber itself.
Yeah.
When Edge was like laid out, head dangling against the ropes, and then Rey Mysterio was just like, screw it, goes back to the ring and nails a freaking reversed 619, so he hit a 916 on the Edge, which technically that meant that Rey called Sacramento, not San Diego.
Yes.
But either way, freaking Mysterio was trying to do another offensive move on the Edge on the outside, but Edge freaking caught him and rammed Mysterio headfirst into the freaking chamber pod, which that was the beginning of the end for Mysterio here, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and then last move that Edge hit on Mysterio was a spear, which knocked Mysterio down for the 3 count, and that meant that Edge won the match and became the new World Heavyweight Champion. Thus, when you think about it, Edge made history once again because he came into the No Way Out 2009 event as WWE Champion and he left as World Heavyweight Champion.
Yeah.
Thus turning the WWE title into the World Heavyweight Championship all in one night. Your thoughts on this one?
It was good.
Yeah, and I remember last week when I hinted at this event when I said, yeah, this event is known for a certain superstar turning one piece of gold into another piece of gold. You're like, motherfuck you, this event sucks. It didn't really suck that bad for me. Didn't really suck that bad. We've seen a lot worse than this. This one is decent, in my opinion, this event as a whole. And plus, we've seen something that was never done before, with Edge losing one chamber match but winning the other one. Right?
Yeah. Just give me a second. Something real quick.
So, yeah, I thought this main event was... I thought the world title main event was... It wasn't the best, elimination chamber match I've ever seen, but it wasn't the worst. So, your thoughts on on Edge losing one chamber match, but winning the other one?
It was funny as hell seeing Edge lose, and then it was just weird fucking seeing, it was just garbage that Edge came out and fucking attacked,
Kingston.
Kofi for no fucking reason just to get back in the title hunt.
Yep. So, So with that, we go to what I call our favorite portion of the review, like I say every time we do a review, and that's our rating system. and our final grade for the event as a whole. Triple H winning the WWE Championship Elimination Chamber match, I gave that one 4 3/4 out of 5.
Four.
Randy Orton defeating Shane McMahon in that no holds barred match, I gave that one 4 out of 5.
4.5.
Jack Swagger defeating Finlay to retain the ECW Championship, 2 out of 5. Okay, 1 out of 5 for you, 2 out of 5 for me, and that's both of us being nice. I really wasn't into that one. Right?
Yeah.
Shawn Michaels defeating JBL in that all or nothing match, whatever you want to call it. I gave that one 3 1/4 out of 5.
4.5.
You enjoyed it way more than I did. And of course, the main event with Edge winning the World Heavyweight Championship in that Elimination Chamber match, I gave that one 4.5 out of 5.
4.5, yeah.
So yeah, my final grade for No Way Out 2009 is a B.
Yeah, B.
So yeah, that's our thoughts. That's our thoughts on No Way Out 2009. So next week is your pick for what we're going to do here on the review or what we're going to be doing in general next week, whether it's a review or something else. And I don't like your evil laugh, because that's usually followed by this event is going to torture you, or it's known to be a crappy event. You motherfucker. So, don't color code the bullshit. I think I have a good idea of what you're thinking from our discussion that we had earlier before I started recording this video.
I'll give you 3 chances to try to guess what I'm thinking.
I'm bad at guessing. Just don't beat around the bush. Just freaking give it to me. What are we reviewing next week?
Try to guess.
You're gonna torture my soul. I know you're gonna be right.
It is a No Way Out pay-per-view.
It's like, No Way Out, no, 2006. Oh, wait. No, that actually has a good match. God, I suck at guessing. I'm done.
It's No Way Out 2002.
You motherfucker. Wait, that's not the one I'm thinking of. I didn't even suggest that one. Jeez, how did I not think of that one?
I literally said it's between the one, because you said 2003 and 2000. I said it's right between them. I gave you the fucking hint.
The one I was thinking of, I thought you were going to say 2005. Jesus Christ.
No, it's 2002 when the NWO returns to wreak havoc and Jericho puts his title on the line against Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh, God. Oh, God, that one kind of sucked overall. Because we have the NWO's friggin' re-debut or official debut as a group in WWE, or the return of those freaking legends here to ingest a lethal dose of poison in the WWE. Yeah, that amounted to nothing. And then we had Jericho and Austin for the undisputed title, like you said. We also had Kurt Angle versus Triple H at that show, plus The Rock versus The Undertaker. Damn it. I forgot. What? Yeah, torture me, you son of a bitch. I didn't think about 2002's No Way Out. I was thinking of every other one besides that one. Jesus Christ. Oh boy. Oh boy, that's going to be a fun show to review. Can't wait to dissect how crappy that show was. Right?
Yes, we are doing 2002's No Way Out.
You know what was also crap about No Way Out 2002? It gave us a hint of things to come at the end of that show, because we initially thought we were going to finally get that Hogan versus Austin match that everyone wanted. They hinted that of how the main event ended, but we never got that. Instead, we got Hogan versus The Rock, which that is a great compromise. But you know what Austin ended up doing? Feuding with Scott Hall. That match was not very good. Can't wait for that WrestleMania 18 review, am I right? We would talk about that shit more in depth. Right? Oh, boy. It's like, oh, boy. Freaking 2002 No Way Out. That's like on the back burner. That's not even in my top 20 of favorite events. But it's not the worst one that we reviewed. Because if the 2002 No Way Out event has to be really trash for it to be worse than a 95 King of the Ring, am I right?
Yeah.
Which I believe even if they tried to have a shitty show, that'd be impossible. From back then, right?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Anyway, next week we'll be reviewing No Way Out 2002. You're an asshole. So, yeah. So, anyway. You're an asshole. It's like, wish me luck on that next week. I'm going to need it. And we will talk to y'all later. Peace.
Yeah, this was literally right after the 2002 draft.
It was right
where Mr. McMahon drafted Hollywood Hogan, Nash, and Hall.
Yeah, this was right before the draft, I believe. But either way, we were close to it anyway. Who cares anymore?
It was right after the draft, because this is when when he brought them back.
It's like, yeah, I mean,
because it's the turn of, so this is right after the 2002 draft that they had.
Oh God. Anyway, I don't care. Next week we're gonna be reviewing No Way Out 2002. Jesus Christ. I mean, I heard it was a okay event, but I also heard it was trash. It was mixed. It was mixed results on that one, from what I remember. Anyway, we'll talk to y'all next week. Peace.
It was just